Okay, today we're going to talk about two things. First, about the skill barrier to entry in VHS and how difficult it's going to be for new players to acclimate to VHS culture. We'll look at one of Jay's videos to help us out with this a little bit. Second, about how many of the closed beta players are treating the game as if it's been released, sweating as hard as they can against every new wave of testers, driving despair into many of those new testers, ruining their learning experience and showcasing to prospective players outside of the beta how early access players are going to get dumped on by experienced players. Players who seem to think they're already trying out for the VHS World Championship to prove to the world and their chat how amazing they are at VHS by beating on players in their very first match of VHS.
Space Coconut.
VHS is very fun to play, but the barrier to entry lies in the skill of the player. It may surprise you to learn that perks, weapons, weapon mods, and mutations do very little to make a player stronger or have easier matches. A day 1 player using a month's old account will still get utterly destroyed as if they were using a day 1 account. Map knowledge, pathing, understanding the audio system, working with your teammates, understanding your abilities and their limitations as a monster are all experience-based things a player needs to learn before they can begin to survive their matches as either role. Players new to the genre or players coming from DBD to give it a try need to understand that they're playing a new game that is nothing like Dead by Daylight, and they're going to have to learn how to play VHS from absolute zero.
This game requires a lot of, I hate using the word skill because people get a little bit upset when you say that, like, oh, skill? What do you mean skill? I'm amazing holding M1 on a gen. I'm amazing going NASCAR and going vroom vroom around the same circles. I am great at a game. You know what I mean. Streamer number 2. Oh, I got thousands of hours in DBD. I know what I'm doing. I don't need, I'll do the tutorial. Okay, I get the gist of it. And then they play the game and they're like, well, this is pretty cool, right, guys? This is awesome. This is different. And then the second game, they get down again. Okay, this is getting a little redundant. I'm not sure if I'm digging it. It's kind of redundant and a little bit boring now that I'm always in the spiritual world. Basically, this, what you're seeing. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's gonna happen. The first day, you're gonna see this ass. You're gonna see the spiritual ass a lot. That's the honest truth I'm gonna tell you because you're new to the game.
If you're the type of person who likes to learn things on their own without talking to others for advice, watching tutorials, or turning off your voice chat so you don't have to listen or talk to your teammates, then you're literally playing VHS on nightmare mode while simultaneously spending more time than you need to in the painful learning stage of the game. The difficulty you're going to make for yourself is like trying to live alone in a forest after playing a survival game for a month. You are going to get yourself killed, and in the case of VHS, you're going to die so many times that you're going to get incredibly frustrated at how broken or overpowered either role is. Or, if you can self-reflect, you're going to wonder what you're doing wrong to never get a hit on a monster with a weapon, or how you as a monster can never find a team. You'll ask yourself this for days when you could get tips and figure it out within minutes. Now, your experience in this matter will completely depend on the players that are in the lobby with you. When early access drops, the likelihood that you're in a lobby with me or any of the other beta testers are going to be very, very slim. So, luckily for you, you'll get to learn how to play VHS with other people who are learning, and you won't have to worry about having the same learning experience that many new beta testers have had and are currently having. How many of you are new players in the recent wave of keys?
Me. This is like my 7th game in total.
How have your games been?
I've had like 2 decent ones in the 7 games.
Decent. And then the rest of them, the monster just smashes your face?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Last match, no one was talking at all, and everyone died, and 2 people disconnected right before they were dead. So I just sat there and teabagged, and the monster found me.
Hello.
Yo, Toffee. Yeah, it sounds like that's kind of the new player experience. I'm trying to avoid that happening, so I'm the monster today, and you guys are going to win. So good luck.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, it's the beta. There's no reason for me to go super hard on new players, so I've been doing it that way.
I love
All
that
I've been getting
mentality.
is tryhards.
Yeah, and it's pointless, right?
It's
I
not
did
fun.
this. Yeah, not and you guys, and then afterwards you don't really want to play again, right?
Yeah, it's really
I
hard,
mean-
especially when you don't have teams that talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
I suppose that sounds a little contradictory to the first point, but I think you understand my general train of thought here. Early access is going to be a free-for-all of new players jumping into VHS for the first time. Some of them are going to run into beta testers, and depending on which beta testers they run into and what kind of mood those testers are in, the new players are going to find themselves at the scoreboard within minutes wondering what the hell just happened. Unfortunately for everyone else, some of the more competitively minded players are going to make the experience more difficult for new players than they need to. This issue exists in the beta right now and is even the foremost topic of discussion in the VHS competitive Discord. There is no real value in experienced players decimating new players, but some of them do it anyway. That's fine, they can play however they like, but that selfishness doesn't exactly help the optics of the game when the majority of the waiting player base sees what happens when players have such a difference in skill. The point here is twofold. First, for the beta testers, let new players play the game. Let them get their bearings, and let them learn how to work as a team with the other teens. Your own matches will be more exciting, and the optics of players having fun learning VHS will help everyone else market the game for what it is. Not to mention, those new players might keep playing since they're enjoying the learning experience. Second, for the competitive-minded players, if you let new players learn, they become better, and your own matches will improve as a result. Maybe plays get more interesting, and matches become more exciting because it's not just you taking out teams of new people. But you can play however you like in the end. When early access hits, don't worry about the skill barrier to entry and running into more experienced players. You'll probably not run into any of them, and you'll have plenty of time to figure out VHS without getting completely dumped on by those players. Many of the beta testers will be releasing tutorials and guides during that period, so if you're having trouble, there's going to be something available to help. And even if there isn't a video for your particular problem, the Discord community will have no problem helping you out. You might even be able to group up with a few of them and get some live tips during a match. I know it really looks like VHS is just a bully simulator now thanks to some of the beta testers, but when early access does eventually drop, you'll be able to learn at a more natural pace with much fewer frustrating matches. At least that's my hope. I really have no idea how early access will go, but I'm hopeful that it'll go smoothly for everyone. That's about all I wanted to talk about for now. If you have any questions or concerns, definitely leave them in the comment section and I'll answer what I can. If you liked this video, subscribe, hit the bell, and the like button to see more like this in the future. You bet your buttons I'll be dropping tutorials for both roles in the future, so you might not want to miss those. But until then, I'm Space Coconut, and you're welcome.